Welcome to On the Chain.
So what is Garlinghouse? And hopefully you can hear this. Every video I pulled up was a little bit low. You can let me know if you can hear it. What does Garlinghouse have to say when he's interviewed about the Hinman emails? And this lawsuit is churning and burning. And obviously we've seen some. This is a short 29-second clip.
But yeah, there's something called the Hinman email.
Can you hear that?
It's low. Why are these videos so bad?
Everyone, even right off their website, everything was low. Let's see if you can hear it.
But yeah, there's something called the Hinman email. You know, Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance at the SEC, gave a speech in June 2018 about how ETH had been a security, but had magically become not a security. And there's some emails associated with that the judge ordered turned over 6 times. We finally did get those emails. And I think when those come to light, I think you will see more kind of like, how is it possible the SEC decided to bring a case against Ripple, given what they were saying within their own walls? But
yeah, given what they've been saying within their own walls. So yeah, it seems like it was a last minute thing. There was, it was funny because John Deaton had speculated early days that he thought there was some mention of XRP, but I would imagine it would probably be hard not to have mentioned other, especially when you look at back then, if you look in 2018 of the top, right? So Ripple was, XRP was one of the top performers. And it's top 3, I believe, right? Top 1, 2, or 3. I think it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and at one point XRP did flip Ethereum. But think about it back then. They would have probably mentioned, if any altcoins, would have mentioned at least some of the ones in the top 5, if not the top 10. So what is your thought when he mentions that, especially what they were saying within their walls? So were they talking about them being, if Bitcoin is the same way, aren't all the other altcoins? Would they say something along those lines, or did they mention specific ones? What are your thoughts?
I think we have, there's obviously, something rotten within the SEC, something rotten to the core, where they're, over the past years, we've seen the government trying to pick winners from losers. And at this point, that trend has got to stop, so here we go again. Where they're trying to figure out and pick winners from losers. Are they going to try to pick first mover advantage? Are they picking winners and losers based on the outlook of how much money they can make or how much money they can make for their lobbyist groups? Is that how these decisions are being made? Are they looking at, some of the technology and see what might be counterintuitive to what they think is good for that, again, their own pocketbooks? I mean, it's kind of crazy, how they're trying to, figure this out. We saw some conversation with even with Senator Lummis, she kept referencing Bitcoin. Why was she so hyper focused on Bitcoin? So obviously there's a whole asset class. Why is Bitcoin the only one that's accurate? Why wouldn't the XRPL that brings full utility to the movement of money be the right one? Why isn't XLM and the Stellar the right one? Why is Ethereum the right or wrong one? What is going on? And if Ethereum is the right one in terms of smart contract, then how do you fix the broken aspects of it? And then how do you as the government declare it as the chosen one? I think this is where we have a lot of issue at foot. That's trying to be corrected at this point. So, and the only way to get that corrected, we're seeing a lot of overreach again by the 3-letter agencies within the government. We're seeing massive overreach right now, even with the ATF. The ATF is throwing out all sorts of crazy notions when it comes to, if you can say, firearms. The SEC is throwing out all sorts of crazy ideas when it comes to cryptocurrencies and and digital assets and blockchain, and it's across the board. We're seeing one after another. At some point the people have to say, what, enough's enough. You can't keep infringing on the rights of the people. You can't infringe on our Constitution. You can't infringe on putting America first in the eyes of those who live in this country.
Or their country, Jeff, or their respective country,
or Right. Or their respective country. I mean, if you live over in Nigeria, guess which country comes first? Nigeria. The reason why Nigeria comes first is because you live in Nigeria. You want it to be first. You got to make sure that you're doing well and everybody's living well and everybody's free and everybody has an opinion that counts and matters and everybody has equal opportunities to grow and build. That's what this is all about over here. But there's elements within the government that's trying to crush that and make it sound like that's a bad thing. How is that a bad thing? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. And 2023 is going to be the best year ever on record, because we're digging ourselves out of a pit of despair from the past 2 years, Chip.
Jeff, I like that. Yeah, and we the people are standing up, and we're united, and we're a lot more united than I believe you would have the mainstream media or anyone else think. We are united, and this whole cryptocurrency thing has gotten people even more united, because we don't care about borders and whatever cultures and all that stuff. We care about freedom. We care about the way we want to be able to purchase and make our own investments, and certainly enjoy that fruit of our labor by making our investments. And of course, there's those that don't want that. But I wanted again, Brad Garlinghouse said some things in the Davos, and what happened? Everyone's like, the settlement thing got raised again, Jeff. The settlement was going crazy. I was in crypto threads talking about it. And this is Alex Dobrovna. He wrote this because I was looking for it, but he wrote this. This was on September 24th of 2021. Brad Garlinghouse appeared with on Fox Business, and they had asked him about, he said that Ripple will be willing to settle with the U.S. the SEC, and if there's absolute certainty about XRP. And the exact quote was, "To the extent we can find a constructive path forward with the SEC, of course we want to find that. There's no scenario, though, that we're going to settle unless there's absolute certainty about what is XRP on the go-forward basis. That's the only clarity that's going to matter. If the SEC is willing to say that and publicly put that forward, there will be a settlement. If you think the SEC is going to go for that and basically destroy any potential future crypto enforcement, then you're in that settlement camp. I'm not in the settlement camp, Jeff. We don't live in that settlement camp." So anyway, and then Jeff, I wanted to talk about this too, just a little quick hit. It was something that Alchemist said that made me think about it. This is kind of where we are. If you could just take that down. So Rachel Patel put this out. He said, I was rejected by Apple. I was rejected by Amazon. I was rejected by Facebook. I was 28 years old and broke. I decided to start my own startup. Now I'm 30 years old and broke. So
I thought there's going to be something great at the end.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.